Okay, I'm going to call this meeting to order. Hope everybody's having a nice summer. We just have a couple of year-end budget transfers that we have to go through and vote on. Do you want to walk us through them?
Sure. So, when we put together a budget for town meeting, recall that this was voted on in May of last year. And you do all the work from January through May. So you do all the work in January, May through 2021 to try to guess
what's going to happen
15 months later. And when you think about it, I think we've all done a pretty good job. There is only 4 transfers. One is for $43 for open space. They're working on a plan. They only get budgeted $950. Snow and ice, we always go over. We know that. Street lights, we know we've been going over because as you add subdivisions and you add more roads, you add more lights.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you that we signed an agreement with National Grid to convert all our lights to LEDs. And so we anticipate we're going to receive about $12,000 to $15,000 of savings in the future.
That's great.
So
they did it at the end of my driveway.
Good.
Do they pay for it? They do it?
They pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means that we should see, this has been multiple years that we've gone over on street lights.
Right.
So hopefully this will be the last year. And in Southeast Regional, the only reason they didn't go over their budget, there was federal funding that came in, what we call ESSER funds. You might recall that term from our local schools. Because they were a regional school, it was determined at the time that the ESSER funds came in that you would take their budget request, minus out the ESSER funds, and fund the difference. But then after the legislature looked at it, they said no, the federal grant was supposed to be not to augment the budget, but to supplement the budget, which means that we had to level fund them at their foundational level, which we always do, it's the bare minimum, and then the federal funds were supposed to be above and beyond. So we knew it 9 months ago. In fact, I think you and I spoke about it. So so bottom line is Southeast didn't go over their budget. We just had to make up that difference because we under budgeted last year.
So that's an interesting term, Dave, augment versus supplement. And does that affect how they spend that money too? Or?
Sure. Augment means that if you think that you need $100,000 and you receive a $20,000 grant, I only have to give you $80,000. That's augmenting. Supplementing meant you think you need $100,000, but the Fed said, no, we want to give you this additional money so that way you can use as you see fit, in particular to these categories, mostly tied to COVID.
Yeah.
So after reading the guidance from the U.S. Treasury, it was clear that they didn't want budgets to be reduced by it because they still had to perform their daily functions.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be above and beyond usage of money. So when we first received the ESSER funds, the original language guidance that we had was to reduce it accordingly. And then after the fact, the guidance came in and changed.
So where's that $32,000 sitting now?
You mean
Like
that
we're
transferring?
Yeah,
to?
we're going to transfer money in.
Yep. So all of those monies right there are being transferred in from the benefits budget. Right.
And so we're not like have an extra $32,000 to do something with. We didn't
You know what I'm saying? $32,000.
Okay.
No. We reduced the budget by that. And then in the benefits budget, I always have additional money, or I hope to always have additional money in it, although a couple of lines this year we're actually going to go over. Because I fund health insurance for all employees.
As if
And
they have
then-
a full family.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they don't all take it.
They don't all take it. So in theory, there should always be money left over in there because I can't tell somebody they can't take health insurance.
Yeah.
And even if in July 1st, the start of the fiscal year, they don't need it, if they have a qualifying event in November,
They can
I must,
join.
Yeah.
they can take it.
Opt in.
So I have to be careful. So if 100 people take, if 100% of the people take it, then we're going to be in trouble. But that obviously never happens. So I will say this: open space, $43 not a problem. Snow and ice, we know we had to cover. Street lights, we know the reason behind it. And Southeast Regional was really a guidance issue. Because we would have funded that in full a year ago. So no budgets went over. So I think all of our department heads are doing a really good job of staying within their budgets.
Okay, great.
Yeah, great.
So the motion would be to approve a transfer from benefits in the amount of $265,848 to those respective budgets as presented.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to transfer from benefits 9,100, $265,848 to the budgets that are delineated before us.
Do I have a
Second.
second? Thanks, Mo. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
And as you see, the selectmen voted on it last night. It used to be that whenever you had to do year-end transfers, you had to go to town meeting.
Yep.
But there was a streamlined process under the Municipal Modernization Act of 2016, because the money has already been collected, it's already been appropriated, it's already been taxed. All we're doing is moving it from one budget to another. We don't have to call a town meeting. You and the selectmen together can authorize it.
Excellent.
Okay. Any other business?
Here you go, Scott.
The only other question I had was, forgot her name, Gina? The gal that took the notes? Did she ever put her time cards in?
I don't know the answer.
Okay. I'll check in with Linda. All right, and I guess we're done. Do I have a motion?
Adjourn.
Thanks, Mo.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.